The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. It's basically a listing of all the real estate available. 97% of the United States is in this tool. You can actually put in the property of the area that you want to live in, put in the specifics, price, bedrooms, bathrooms, all of that. You can put it all into rsrhomescout.com and find out, again, across 97% of the country what the properties are selling for or available, and get notifications whenever something new comes on the market. Why home loans today are not what they were in the past. In today's housing market, many are beginning to wonder if we're returning to the riskier lending habits and borrowing options that led to the housing crash 15 years ago. Let's ease those concerns. Several times a year, the Mortgage Bankers Association releases an index titled Mortgage Credit Availability Index. Easy for me to say. According to their website, quote, the MCAI, that's the Mortgage Credit Availability Index, provides the only standardized quantitative index that is solely focused on mortgage credit. The MCAI is a summary measure which indicates the availability of mortgage credit at a point in time, unquote. Basically, the index determines how easy it is to get a mortgage. The higher the index, the more available mortgage credit becomes. Got a graph that we've got here, the MCAI, dating back to 2004 when the data first became available. Lending standards are still under control. As the graph shows, if you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, the index stood at about 400 in 2004. Mortgage credit became more available as the housing market heated up, and then the index passed 850 in 2006. When the real estate market crashed, so did the MCAI, as mortgage money became almost impossible to secure. Thankfully, lending standards have eased somewhat since then, but the index is still low. In April, the index was at 121, which is about 1/7 of what it was in 2006. Why did the index get out of control during the housing bubble? The main reason was the availability of loans with extremely weak lending standards to keep up with demand in 2006. Many mortgage lenders offered loans that put little emphasis on the eligibility of the borrower. Lenders were approving loans without always going through a verification process to confirm if the borrower would actually be able to repay the loan. An example of the relaxed lending standards leading up to the housing crash is the FICO score associated with a loan. What's a FICO score? The website MyFICO explains, quote, a credit score tells lenders about your credit worthiness, how likely you are to pay back a loan based on your credit history. It is calculated using the information in your credit reports. FICO scores. Don't talk about FACO scores. We only want FICO scores. Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, those are FACO scores. MyFICO.com is the FICO score. Used by 90% of top lenders. During the housing boom, many mortgages were written for borrowers with a FICO score under 620. While there are still some loan programs that allow for a 620 score, today's lending standards are much higher. Lending institutions overall are much more attentive about measuring risk when approving loans. According to the latest household debt and credit report from the New York Federal Reserve, the median credit score on all mortgage loans originated in the first quarter of 2022, 776. Wow. Again, we've got another graph. If you're watching us on ABC News and Talk AM 1490, shows the billions of dollars in mortgage money given annually to borrowers with a credit score under 620. And as you can tell, it is much, much better. In 2006, buyers with a credit score 620 received $376 billion. In 2021, that number was only $80 billion, and it's only $20 billion in the first quarter of 2022. Bottom line, in 2006, lending standards were much more relaxed with little evaluation done to measure a borrower's potential to repay their loan. Today, standards are tighter and the risk is reduced for both lenders and borrowers. There are two very different housing markets, and today is nothing like the last time. And as always, I ask if you have any friends, family, or coworkers looking to buy, sell, or borrow on real estate, can I count on you to give them my name? Again, 800-306-1990. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com.